Hello, do you enjoy drinking? Do you like booze? It's great to have a hobby, isn't it? Well, times are hard, and I've discovered how stupidly easy it is to make your own alcohol. I had no idea, so I thought I'd share this newfound information. Now, I didn't say it was good, I didn't say it was nice, I definitely didn't say it was good for you, and I didn't even say it was necessarily a good idea. But for entertainment purposes only, here's how you can make booze at home. And it's really easy, and all you need is water, sugar, yeast, like bread making yeast from a shop. And whatever flavouring you like. Now I'm going to do, I think, 3 batches. I'm going to do hard lemonade. I'm going to do a mixed berry thing with some frozen berries I had in the freezer. And I might do rhubarb and ginger. I've done ginger ale before, and that was really nice. I've had some rhubarb I found in the garden. I think it's rhubarb. Might be dock leaves. It's no real knowing, is there? And you don't need any particularly wild and exotic equipment. You just need like a plastic bottle that a drink came in. I've got a hydrometer. Don't ask how or why. Never really used it, but I might have a go at it this time. But you don't need it. I've been making this for several weeks successfully without that. And you can make good alcohol. I would say it's probably at least 5%. Bit more maybe. I will say it's more sleeping alcohol than dancing alcohol, if that makes any sense to you. But I don't particularly like beer. I don't particularly like wine. I like stuff that tastes of sweets, and this tastes of sweets, which to me feels brilliant. So you need a freshly sterilized, guys, bottle or drinks bottle, and this is half filled with quite warm water. Warm water so we can dissolve quite a lot of sugar in it. And you're going to freak out about the sugar going on. It's a lot of sugar. But that's for the yeast to eat and excrete alcohol. So you're not actually going to consume all that sugar. So just stop screaming, all right? It's all going to be fine. And here's the golden ratio seems to be 125 grams of sugar per litre of liquid, right? So I'm just going to add 125 grams of sugar into here, and I know it's a lot. Stop screaming. In terms of sterilizing things, I can't describe how important that is. There's a bit over, it doesn't matter. I can't describe how important it is because I haven't done it. Just wash things up in hot soapy water. But just because I don't seem to care about my life, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't about yours. So really, do the sterilizing thing. It would be a shame to lose you. I'm almost completely dispensable now. My child is a young man. I forgot to zero this on. It's chaotic. That's the point. This is such a kind of bomb-proof recipe. I've only had one thing go wrong, and it did get a little bit moldy. And that was it. If you see like clouds of white, icky-looking stuff in your brewing stuff, then it could be mold, and you should probably just get rid of it. I don't know why you're on 48. Fine, 125 plus fine is about 175. Whoops. Come on. It's fine. Fine, it doesn't matter. And so we're going to shake these, and that does 2 things. Predominantly, it dissolves all the sugar. Secondarily, it aerates the water, apparently. Apparently, that's a really good thing. I don't know. This is quite warm water, so I'm anticipating quite a quick dissolve. Yeah, I've been working out. Nearly there. Hold your breath. We'll get there. All right, I think that's dissolved. Fine. So now I'm going to top this up most of the way, a lot of the way, with cold water. And that's because I don't want the warm water to to reflect the flavour of what I'm putting in there. Because if it's hot, it will kind of cook it a little bit. I don't want cooked lemon. I want fresh lemon. Thank you. I found there's almost nothing that doesn't taste quite nice. I've done lime. That was really good. And I've done the berry one is really good. And what's interesting is you don't seem to need an awful lot of stuff to get the flavour in there, which is great. All right, so there they are with slightly cooler water. And now I'm gonna add some flavours. So I think I'm gonna juice my lemons. Look at that, it's a whopper, isn't it? Bought that in France, mate. Don't get lemons like that over here, do you? Not in rip-off Britain. It's very juicy. Apparently, some good friends of mine told me this is basically how you make brews in prison. As a top tip for the future for you. They use oranges and bread, apparently. And actually, I'm going to show you, I have started doing it without yeast. I've been using something else, and it's very exciting to me. But I don't get out much. I live quite a solitary life, really. Drinking alone. No, I don't. Only in the mornings. Right, come on. What's the most successful citrus juicer device? I quite like the handheld ones. You know, the ones that look like a spaceship that probably cost like 400 quid. Are they any good? Should I? I haven't got that money. That's the great thing about this, is that you can get drunk for about 20p a litre. It's amazing. All right. Everything's sterilised, guys, but I'm just putting my finger into the lemon pulp. Relax, everything's fine. So, am I going to make one that's pure lemon? Yeah, maybe. It's quite a lot of lemon juice. I'm going to pour some of that water out. Because you want to leave some headroom, some room for the fermentation stuff to happen. If you fill it right the way up, it may well bubble over, and then you'll be sorry. All right, I'm going to put. I'm going to make this one my lemonade. I'm going to pour quite a lot of lemon in there. There we go. But I'm going to pour a bit into both of the other ones just to add a bit of sharpness. Maybe a little bit more in there again. It's quite zen, not going to lie. I had no idea that alcohol could be so zen. Right. I've got sugar, I've got lemon in those. I'm going to... Let's do the rhubarb and ginger, which I'm quite excited about. I've got one of these things. It's really cool. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like ridges in there, and it's great for garlic and stuff like that. You just rub it on it, and you can do tomatoes as well. You can like pulp tomatoes. I'm going to do this to try and get the flavour out of the rhubarb, and it's really good for ginger. I think it's on a website called La Cena. La Cena? I don't know. Lacena. They make really nice pottery from Spain, obviously. I don't speak Spanish. That's pulping quite well. The rhubarb smells so good. It's got that kind of pungent sourness. And because it's not cooked, it's really vibrant and zingy. Here's a question. If I put some oats in, would it taste like rhubarb crumble? Maybe I will. Squeeze out the pulp. I mean, it wouldn't really matter if the pulp went in there. I'll just have to fish it out at a later date. So I should tell you about fermentation times. Generally, I leave these for like 7 to 10 days at room temperature. At the moment, the days are getting warmer, and so it might be a bit quicker. It depends if you're a cold house person or a warm house person. Kind of a warm house person. Wish I wasn't, but I'm a southern softie. If you had an airing cupboard, that'd be brilliant, and I suspect that would happen quite fast. I would say if you did put them in an airing cupboard, you'd need to monitor them quite carefully. I'll talk about that a bit more in a bit. Okay, I can't be bothered to do anymore. Squeeze out that. I've got quite a lot of rhubarb juice, and I'm actually thinking I don't want to put too much ginger in there because I want it to taste of rhubarb more than ginger. I'm going to cut off a little bit. Obviously, completely sterilised, guys. I will cut off the skin, I think, because it's been knocking around for a while in the fridge. And, you know, my fridge has its own civilization. Same again. I think the ginger will just give it a nice warmth. All right. Am I going to put all of this in one and do berries in another? I don't know. I'm quite taken by my rhubarb crumble idea now. Oh, it smells incredible. No, let's do it all in one. Come on. I changed my mind, but it's too late now. That's rhubarbed. So these are just frozen summer fruits. And, you know, I'm not going to do an awful lot. I don't really need to. I'm trying to break them up. I want to microwave them for a second. The fruit will turn a fairly depressing grey colour as it ferments, but don't let that depress you excessively. Alcohol is coming, guys. And it does, I mean, this gives an amazing flavour. And I've only got maybe 2 tablespoons full of berries here for a litre. You really don't need a lot, which surprised me. Yeah, so my pro tip is you need a chopstick. I'm going to tip this in and poke it through the hole with a chopstick. It's what they were invented for. It already smells like summer pudding. Summer pudding, that was good. This should taste like summer pudding because you can sort of taste the yeast a little bit, although maybe now is the time. And in fact, what am I going to do? What you would do now, give them a shake to disperse all the fruit. One last time, you put a last bit of oxygen into it for the yeast to feed on, or to breathe with. I don't know what yeast does. And then at this point, all you need to do is add about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of standard boring yeast. Just tip it in and then just swirl it around a little bit to make sure it's kind of started to sink down. And you might need to do that a few more times. But I am not going to use yeast. I'm going to use something else. I'm going to use this, which I tried once and it worked fantastically well. This is a sourdough starter. I don't know if you've ever done that. It's pretty straightforward. I think get like 100 grams of flour, 100 grams of water, as long as it's equal weights. Mix them together, walk around for a bit, stick it in a jar until it starts bubbling, and then you keep it in the fridge, then you keep it, and you can Google the rest. This, I've had since September-ish, I think, August, September, and it's really good. It's got this lovely sort of melted marshmallow kind of consistency. And as an experiment, I tried putting some in one of these homebrews, and it took longer to get going than the yeast. The yeast kind of just kicks off. This took longer, but the flavour was vastly superior. It didn't taste as yeasty, and I really liked it. And so I'm actually going to do all three with about, I'm going to say, what's that, like a teaspoon? Something like that. Can I get it in the hole is really the question. You've got a funnel right there, Jacob, it's not difficult. No, we're in. Yes. Go on. Go on. I think that's probably enough. Let's swivel to get that bit off the top. Good. Who's next? The berry one. Oh dear. Doing your own sourdough is really fun too, I have to say. I do recommend it. It took a while for it to get going, and I think the secret is you have to let it prove for far longer than you could ever imagine. You've got to let it prove for like a day and a half, something like that. You know, if you want bread on Sunday morning, you better get busy on Friday night. That's what I found. And it does work. It makes it really nice. Here's some bread. That one came out a bit flat. I've made bigger ones, taller ones. All right, that's that one. Last, with the smallest aperture. Wish me luck. Come on. It's amazing that this little bit of goo is gonna hopefully go on. Oh God. Yes. And actually, I wonder if I should shake it to kind of disperse it a little bit. Maybe I should. Shall I? I shall. I'm going to shake it. For some reason, if you make it with yeast, you want to get oxygen into the water at the beginning, but once the yeast is in there, you want to leave it well alone, apparently. I don't know. And I should give a shout out to, there are two YouTube accounts that sort of got me started on all of this, and I will link to them below. They're fun. Here's the thing. This makes an alcoholic, sweet, hard lemonade style thing with whatever flavour you put in it, and it's carbonated, like it's fizzy. It tastes like lemonade, and it really does taste like, it doesn't taste like sort of soury, alcohol-y lemonade. It tastes like nice lemonade. It just happens to make you want to need to lie down quite quickly. And it's brilliant. Most of the tutorials that I've seen online tell you that what you do is you basically unscrew the cap and then just turn it on, put it on very loosely. And that creates the airlock, right? So that the carbon dioxide can come out, but no other stuff's going to go in. And obviously you need to do that because otherwise these will turn into bombs. I would say, particularly if you're going to put them in your airing cupboard, they will get very pressurized very quickly. So you could leave it off. You could certainly leave it off for the first 3 days, and I don't think it would make any difference. I then put it on tightly, and I let the gas build up. But obviously you've got to burp it twice a day at least, I would say. And just feel how tight your bottles are getting. But obviously if you let some pressure build up, the gas will go into the liquid and you will get a carbonated drink. You just have to be a bit careful about it. Once I feel like this has kind of done its thing, I will put it in the fridge for a few days, 2 or 3 days, and then all of the kind of yeast calms down and stops, and then you can drink it. This is a lot of fun. I hope you have fun with it. Sterilize everything, don't die, drink responsibly, and please don't blame me. I am not a brewing professional.
Look at the bubbles. Do you see the bubbles? Yes, yes.
Little update. I can't stop thinking about the rhubarb crumble idea. I love oats, so I'm doing another batch, and I've got here a jug with some rhubarb. I couldn't be bothered to do the juicing thing, so I've just blended it. I'll come on to another reason why in a second. And a handful of porridge oats, because I love the flavour of oats, and I think it might make it taste creamy. Might all be a disaster, doesn't matter, does it? So I'm making another batch. Something I've observed, so this is we're like just over 24 hours in. Here are the 3 batches. So if you listen to this one, if I unscrew it, which I can't do one-handed. Right there, will you? Okay. Not much of a fizz. This one? Not a lot of a fizz. This one? That! And it was just about to explode. And that's why I'm leaving the rhubarb pulp in this next batch, because I think the fibre is conducive to fermentation. I think that the yeasts really like having the fibre, and I think it activates it a lot more. Extraordinary, the difference, right? You saw it, 3 batches all done the same way. Also, I'm going to take a hydrometer meeting, bye, hello, bye. Okay, so I need to dissolve my sugar. It's a bit sploshy, it's fine. I'm excited about the fibrousness of this goopy stuff. Whoops, I guess hey, everyone calm down. Alright. Is that dissolved? Sure, more or less. Get my hydrometer out. Watch it, everyone. Okay, let's see if we can get this in. It's very gloopy. Also, Pyrex jugs. They pretty much cornered the market of jugs. And they've got a mean lip. Very mean lip. You can have a more generous lip, Pyrex. They're not watching, they don't care. Right. Let's try and get this sludge in. Oh, it's very sludgy. Oh, come on. There's a big bit. And the funnel's in the dishwasher. Alright. It's not that I'm lazy. Well, I am. I'm too lazy to get it out of the dishwasher and wash it up. Right. I can't wait to see what happens with this. I'm a bit worried about the oats now I think about it, because they've got like fat content, and I don't know if that just means it's all going to go rancid. Who knows? So, take a hydrometer reading, he said, bluffing hard. You pour some liquid into your little beaker. You pull out your highly sterilized hydrometer, and let's see just how tired Daddy's eyes are. Okay. Yes, well, that's a reading of 135. No, we're not. What does that mean? So 135 is the hydrometer's guess at the approximate sugar grams per litre. And that's pretty much bang on. I put 125 grams of sugar in there. It's maybe 10 grams of sugar from, I don't know, the oats, the rhubarb, whatever. So that's pretty much bang on. And there's a way you measure the alcohol, you take a reading before and then you take a reading after. And whatever the difference is, you multiply it or you carry the one. It doesn't matter. I've no idea. I need to feed this guy. Unctuous. I don't want to get overly technical on you, but we are some days in and I am racking. That just means I'm putting it in a different bottle. So this is my rhubarb crumble and I'm putting it through a sieve into a jug and then through a jug and through a funnel into a new bottle. Alright? And I don't want to splash it, so frankly I'm not going to film it because I'm going to tip it.
He's already splashed it.
Alright, fine. Right, it's day 412. Let's see what we've got. It's a week later. I racked the drinks. I got rid of all the kind of gunk in the top and the bottom of them, or at least most of it. And I'm going to try the rhubarb and ginger and the rhubarb crumble. Now this is like a day or two younger. I would expect it to be sweeter as less of the sugar will have been converted to alcohol. I do have my trusty hydrometer, which I will use. I mean, I won't necessarily know what any of it means, but let's see how fizzy this is. I took this about as far as I think I could take it in terms of not burping the bottle. Or then again, maybe it's fine. I can see some bubbles. Can you see some bubbles? Ignore that logo, we shouldn't be using that. Oh wow, do you see it all kind of kicking up? And that's gaseous. You don't have to rack your drinks, you can just leave all the gunk. But when it fizzes up like this, all the sediment at the bottom gets stirred up. It was nice and clear, wasn't it? No, it's not. I don't care, I'm gonna drink it. Alright, let's use our trusty hydrometer. You know the drill, you know how to do it. Come on, come on. It's different to what it was. While that's settling, maybe I'll pour another little bit out and have a taste. And it smells nice. It smells, so when I use the yeast, it smells yeasty. With this, it smells like fresh dough. You know what I mean? Like bread dough. So it's not the yeastiness. It's the slight doughiness, which I don't hate. I quite like. It's good. It's fizzy. It's sort of lightly sparkling. I think it had pretty much stopped reacting, or like I left it burping for a long time, sort of with the air unlocked. So there wasn't as much pressure build up, so it's not quite as fizzy. It tastes like, it tastes tart. I wouldn't even say you can definitely tell it's rhubarb. It tastes a little bit gingery. It just tastes kind of citrusy and tangy. Maybe a tiny bit. Actually, yeah, it does taste a little bit rhubarby. Okay, now that's got a reading. Now it's calmed down. That's got a reading of... Where are my glasses? Would you like to see my German music producer reading glasses? I secretly love them. Get that, will you? Get the door. I'm busy. I know what else I look like, but I'm okay with that. 60-ish. 58-ish. But I don't know what that means. Oh, hang on, it's gone lower now. But it keeps sinking. Why does it keep sinking? I think it's about 6 or 7%. I think it's about 7%. 6.5%. That's what I think. It's good and nice and tasty. It's fine. I'm going to pour some of that back in there because I do have to pick my kid up from school. I'm going to take off my ridiculous glasses now. I bought them on a ferry. What do you want from me? So these have been chilling in the fridge for 24 hours, a bit more. It is delicious. I find this alcohol extraordinarily easy to drink. Let's come on to the one everyone's excited about, by which I mean a guy called Gary. Rhubarb crumble. It's slightly different in colour. A little bit pinkery. That feels like it's fizzier. Bit of sediment at the bottom. And that smells fabulous. That smells much more rhubarby. Like intense rhubarb and custard sweet sort of flavour. Let's see if we can ascertain how alcoholic this one is. Up to, I'm going to say 5.5%, maybe. Whatever, who cares? I'm so excited to try this, and I've got some ideas for things I might add. Okay. It smells so good. It smells like sweets. Tastes like sweets. Tastes like you dissolved a load of rhubarb and custards in some water. Probably slightly too much water, if I'm completely honest. That's amazing. And it is still good and sweet. Not as tart as the rhubarb and ginger, but that's because it had less time fermenting. I had an idea to put a tiny bit of vanilla extract in it, just a tiny bit, to try and give it a slightly custardy note. Because what's rhubarb crumble without custard? So I'm going to see if that makes it even more gooder. No, not really. It's fine. But it's that sort of... Actually, it tastes more like watery vanilla than creamy vanilla, if that makes any sense to you. But it's really good. And I think I would do it again. I think it probably needs slightly more rhubarb. So like maybe one big commercial stick of rhubarb for a litre. Or, you know, go crazy. Put to it, why not? Put loads in. I might do that. In fact, I might use the rest of my rhubarb to make a big batch. Now I know it works. The oats definitely do lend a kind of slight creaminess to it. Definitely worth adding, I think. And now I'm going to make a big batch. That's my future in this massive pickle jar. It's larger than my head, which I bought the other day. Very delicious pickles, I might add. Obviously, I won't be able to carbonate them in this because this will not really work, but I can do the first fermentation and then I can bottle it off into the smaller bottles. The pickles were really nice. Cabbage, carrots, sort of Turkish peppers, that sort of thing. Very delicious, gherkiny things, and amazingly, these. I was like, what the hell is that? Pickled almonds, green almonds. I know. Which I love as an idea, but they're quite furry on the outside, and it slightly feels like you're eating a pickled Sylvanian family member. I can't really get on with those. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you actually embark on this or what flavour you would try next. I'm thinking about maybe cherryade with some frozen cherries, something like that. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. I mean, you never know what I'll do in 4 years' time. I don't know how often I update. This is not very often. If you would like to come and see me do some live comedy, provided you're watching this in the first half of 2026, you can do so. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at Yapp, and I'll tell you where you can come and see me. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.